When my wife came home after her week away for work, I felt a wave of relief just seeing her safe and smiling again. She looked worn out but content, dragging her suitcase inside as if she'd just crossed a finish line. I helped her unpack while she chatted about long meetings, business dinners, and endless hours. Everything seemed ordinary at first. I was just happy she was back. Later that night, as I sorted through her laundry, something on one of her dresses caught my attention. Near the neckline were faint white marks on the fabric. At first, I assumed it was from spilled food or a drink, nothing unusual after a hectic trip. But when I looked closer, the stains didn't resemble coffee or wine. A strange unease crept into my stomach. I told myself not to overthink it. She'd been traveling, after all, spills happen. Still, the doubt lingered. I quietly set the dress aside and went on folding the rest of the clothes, pretending everything was fine. But sleep didn't come easily that night. The next morning, while she showered, I took another look. The marks were still there, faint but visible. My mind started to wander to dark places. What if her trip hadn't been entirely about work? What if someone else had been part of it? The thought hit me like a punch to the chest. I couldn't accuse her without proof, yet I couldn't ignore what I'd seen. So, I did something I never thought I'd do. I took the dress to a lab to be tested. Guilt followed me the whole way. It felt wrong, almost like I was betraying her trust. But I knew that if I didn't find the truth, the uncertainty would consume me. The days waiting for the results were unbearable. I tried to act normal, smiling, listening to her stories, asking about her work, but underneath, I was counting every hour. Each laugh, each affectionate glance from her made me question myself. Was I being paranoid? Was I about to destroy our marriage over nothing? When the envelope finally arrived, my hands trembled as I held it. I hesitated to open it, terrified of either outcome. If it proved my fears right, our marriage would never recover. And if it didn't, then I'd be the one who broke the trust between us. Either way, there was no going back. Sitting alone in the car, I tore it open and read the results. The stains weren't from food or detergent, they were biological. Organic traces. The kind that confirmed what I dreaded most. They weren't mine. My chest constricted, my throat went dry. The suspicion that haunted me had become fact. That evening, I couldn't even look at her the same way. She smiled, talking about her upcoming projects, but all I could see was the lie hiding behind that smile. My hands shook at dinner. She noticed and asked if something was wrong. I muttered some excuse. I wasn't ready to face the truth out loud, not yet. I needed time to think, to breathe, to decide whether I wanted to hear her excuses or her honesty. For days, I kept the report tucked away in my drawer, staring at it each night until the words etched themselves into my mind. Eventually, one evening, I asked her quietly, "Was there anything that happened on your trip you haven't told me?" She froze, her fork suspended midair. Her eyes widened for just a moment before she forced a nervous smile. "What do you mean?" she asked. My heart sank. That single reaction told me everything. I handed her the report. Her face drained of color, her lips quivered. She had no explanation left. First came denial, then tears, then anger, trying to turn it back on me for doubting her. But the truth was undeniable. The trust we once had shattered completely, like glass hitting the floor. That night, I slept in the guest room. She knocked, pleaded for me to talk, but my heart was too heavy to respond. I realized I'd lost the woman I thought I knew, and she had lost the man who believed in her completely. Now, as I sit here writing these words, I understand something I never wanted to learn: a marriage without trust is already over. The stains weren't just on her dress, they were on what we once shared. Permanent. And no test result could ever wash that away.